way that our people have been treated for hundreds of years. It's not a political organization or a political agenda. It's a human agenda, and that's where we stand on that. And that's why we say, it comes at a point in time where, we might have to take a pause in the entertainment business to shed light upon, these experiences that we're witnessing, through the technology and through the devices that are in everyone's hands and supposed to
Yeah,
be
you're doing the
part of
right
the
thing. Protest.
process of holding people accountable for their wrongful actions.
So
That's
you know
Don
Jared
Lennon.
Kushner, he's the president's son-in-law and advisor. It was extremely dismissive.
They're
Today he
protesting
said, quote,
against
"NBA players are very
police
fortunate that
brutality.
they have the financial position where they're
Brothers
able
and
to
sisters.
take a night off from work without having to have the consequences to themselves financially." So they had that.
These
they had
black
that luxury.
professional basketball
You
players,
should be satisfied.
they tired of this kind of
with
racial
wealth.
discrimination, this
You should just be grateful,
racial
right, that you're wealthy.
harassment.
What do you think of that?
Like
That's the
Colin
double-edged
Kaepernick.
sword that a lot of African Americans that have been able to come into wealth deal with. It's all about getting away from your community because you've been able to get out of that community, and now you're supposed to rub elbows with those who don't understand your plight.
Exactly.
But as you've seen throughout history and a lot of our leaders, it's in us to go back, and we've always got to.
You have no
our
black
hearts for our
leaders.
communities and trying to uplift them throughout their hard times. And
I just thought it was surprising for me, coming from someone who has had the privilege all of his life of coming from a wealthy family, a father who was incarcerated but was able to get out and not suffer the consequences of being poor and having to restart their lives, and then also being appointed to a position by his father.
This is
I just thought it was rich.
an NBA player talking about
on money,
protesting
and
about the police
I think that's
brutality.
System that America's been built on, and
About
we
the
dive
Blake
into it. Capitalism and racism go hand in hand. You can't have one without
police
the other.
brutality
And
case.
until we start realizing that, and I work group economics on the back of my jersey, which represents African Americans being the largest consumer spenders in the entire world, and our spending dollar is the most powerful. Yet our money is least recycled within our communities. When you look outside of the other communities, you do it the right way. And the tricky part is when we speak up on other communities who do have the correct group economics.
You need to start doing something before you black people need to start doing something for yourself.
We call it giving them props for having these systems in place where they're taking care of their people, they're opening up businesses, getting loans, all those things occurring. But the negative connotations that come from behind that is set up for us not to have those aspirations.
Exactly, set up for you to be slaves.
I'm looking at this quote. This is from LeBron James, and I want to get to a lot of this before we run out of time. LeBron James, in his role in all this, here's what he tweeted. He said, "Change doesn't happen with just talk. It happens with action and needs to happen."
That's right.
Now! Exclamation point.
That's right,
For
LeBron James.
I promise school kids,
Right about that,
and
brother.
communities across the country, it's on us to make a